Hey everyone, it's SeaMystic back here with another pick a card. Today's pick a card is an energy scan that focuses on your spiritual gifts, their evolution, and any potential blockages to these gifts, and how to overcome the blockages. It was a quick energy scan over your energy body, but I did channel clairvoyantly for each group. As you can see, we have 4 groups to choose from. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you need a moment to pause to meditate on which group you want, go ahead and do so at this time. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, for those of you who chose group 1, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channeled messages first, per usual here. So the first thing I saw for you was priest. It doesn't matter your gender, you could be a priest or a priestess. I think one of the words, because I wanted to look up the proper definition, and I believe one of the words said something about interpreter, maybe. So it's sort of like having a connection to the divine and being able to interpret the wisdom. Having some sort of spiritual authority. And then death. So I don't know if you've had any near-death experiences or anything like that, but what I was getting was the ability to connect with the dead, as in mediumship, and then stake. So with that, I was getting a pioneer sort of energy, and then stone. So there's a few things with that. It could be relating to crystals. It could be relating to being some sort of rock or foundation, but for some reason I was getting like the philosopher's stone, or maybe even like the sword in the stone type of thing. I don't know. And then I saw this sign for Gemini. Geminis are very clever. They're very good at communication, so that could be something to do with it, something about communication, which would make sense if you're a priest or priestess or a medium. Or philosopher. So, and then I heard shine recently. So I don't know if you've recently been in the spotlight for something, or if you've saw some sort of light recently. Or, for example, I've seen a lot of sparkles the past couple months. Maybe it's something like that, but it's probably going to be something that you did that made you shine recently. I don't know why recently would be emphasized here unless it's no longer there. So maybe something happened since then that made your light dim in a way. So with the death and everything, I was getting rebirth energy. Like I said, mediumship. With Gemini and stone, I was getting balance. And then like I said, or crystals. Or with the stones, it could have something to do with like sacred sites. Something like that, like sacred stones, like a Stonehenge. I don't know. It's very interesting. So I did an energy scan, and the ones that were the weakest, and by weakest, I mean they just had the least amount of energy. That doesn't mean that they're like really underactive or blocked or anything. But so the weakest ones I got were the root and the throat. So maybe you've had some problems with, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because you could have problems with your security recently, your foundations. You could be experiencing some sort of back pain. I think the root also deals with like blood too. If you want to look up any of that. But then throat, so if that's underactive, you could have problems with speaking your truth, sore throat, thyroid issues, things of the sort. And the ones that were most active were your third eye, which is going to be basically a lot to do with psychic abilities and seeing through the veil, seeing the truth and things, and your heart chakra. So that's sort of self-explanatory. However, if they're overactive, they were the strongest, but that doesn't necessarily mean they were like overactive. They could just be being worked on at the moment or utilized. But if they were overactive, you could, with heart, that could be heart palpitations, third eye. That could be headaches and things like that. So just keep those in mind. So this is what I got for the channel. Now let's look at the tarot. Okay, so this is your gifts that you're aware of. These are the gifts that you're unaware of. This is what's blocking you, and this is how it can be unblocked. Right now you're showing up as the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who's in a very patient but progressive energy. It's not super quick, but it's slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Someone who plants seeds. You could have a connection to animals with this card, but nature in general with the seed message here. The gifts that you're aware of. Three of Swords, very interesting. I mentioned the sword and the stone, and it kind of reminds me of that for some reason. Also, I get healing with this. Maybe you're good at sensing the pain in others. This reminds me of something that I saw literally earlier today from Russell, his YouTube channel, Wrestling Around. I came across him recently, and it's like all the symbols that I've been seeing since I woke up and all the channel messages I get on here, it's like he's like the code breaker for them. His videos opened my eyes as to what a lot of it meant. And for some reason, I'm being led to that today. He mentioned something about connecting your earthly, divine, feminine, and masculine energies and connecting your cosmic or your spiritual, divine, feminine, and masculine energies, sort of like the Four of Wands energies. To be complete in both the earthly realm, internally, but also cosmically. And I know I'm going to lose you, some of you, with that one. But, I mean, you did get Gemini, which is basically the Roman numeral 2. It's about being complete in both realms and being able to birth something on Earth and in the cosmic realm. 2 different eggs. And that was another thing, because I channel eggs a lot. And when he mentioned that, I was like, that's so weird. So when you balance one, like your earthly one, you would create something new and birth something new into the earthly realm. And then, or cosmic, you could birth something cosmically new. yeah, I would look at his I would look at his YouTube channel to get more information. I don't know enough about it yet. If I figure something out, I'll put it in the comments, but I wish I could explain it more. It's basically like being a powerhouse on the astral and the earthly realm and being able to create whatever. And he said in order to get to that, it's like this sword and the stone. Only you, viewer, can pull out the sword within you that is your oldest wound. And when you do that, then that energy can flow and start to come together. It's like the two snakes on the Mercury symbol with the wings. It's like a medical symbol. But it's like that, but both cosmically and on Earth. Pulling up energies from the Earth and meeting it with the cosmic energies. Because right now you might be very much in your polarities, inner polarities that battle with each other. Because, I mean, it really, I know it's going to, some of you are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But if it didn't go so well together, it's crazy, because what's blocking you is temperance. Temperance is balance and harmony. So there's something out of balance, like I said. Not being able to come to a harmonious place. That alchemy. Connecting the two. That'll help you get enlightenment. See, your crown chakra wasn't super active, but it wasn't necessarily blocked. Let's see. So your root, which is your foundations, was kind of weak. And your throat was kind of weak, not your heart. Your throat was kind of weak. So maybe you don't feel secure enough to speak your truth, but you need that balance for a rebirth. And if this isn't resonating with you, that could mean that this is what you help other people do. But I'm just going to continue to read it as if it's you. Your third eye is open, but your crown is less active than your third eye. But it's still, I wonder if you get kind of confused. Your emotions might get in the way. Or like I say, they're being worked on. But if your root and throat are the weakest, there might be something really, really, really deep within there. A sword that's a really old, ancient wound that you need to pull out here. Because this is so you can get this balance. So you can get this. And temperance, that's Sagittarius. It's a lot like Chiron energy, and Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron goes through a lot of pain, but then uses it, like comes out of it and uses it to teach others. But you are making progress. Okay, so how to unblock it? We have the Four of Cups, which is someone who's usually, it could be boredom, but it could also be just apathy, just completely just not interested in that fourth cup or in anything. Someone's just discontent. But it's saying the Fool card. It's saying to be neutral, maybe, in a new beginning. Like taking a leap here, taking a risk, just releasing everything, like he's only carrying a bindle. Sort of like a new start here. And it may be a new start by yourself, because, I mean, this is Aquarius energy here. This is Uranus. Like neutralizing your emotions, but you're might need to have a new start to do that. Because right now, maybe you're just so used to how things are that it's put you in sort of stuck or stagnant, and there's a need to just switch it up. Because I usually get, because of the 2s and the balance thing, and 4 being a stable number, I usually get, you know, like I say, discontent with this, but right now I'm just getting neutrality. Like alchemizing these parts of you. Like, it's like merging your darkness, like, well, you're merging your shadow and your light. If you don't look at your shadow, you don't acknowledge it, then it doesn't change. It just stays dormant there. But if you can face it, like I say, it doesn't have to be anything dark about you. It could just be a wound. But if you faced it and shed light on it, it allows you to integrate everything, become in that neutral state here. And it's like a new sort of life here. Because, yeah, these are both stalemate sort of energies. But they're also separate. And like in here, it's 4. We have 2, 2. But to unblock it, it's 4. Balancing, and then the cups, that would be emotions here. But starting over. So I'm going to get you a few messages. I'm going to get these homemade cards that have spiritual gifts. But I'm also going to get into my mermaid box, which has messages from your higher self. And also like predictions and things like that. Okay, discernment, so that interpreting wisdom here. And voice. So yeah, priest with the Gemini communication energy here. Discernment of spirits. And then ley lines on the bottom of the deck. We did say sacred sites could be a thing here. So let's get some more messages. So, group 1. Okay, that's a lot, but I'll take it. These are the predictions. And these are the messages from your higher self. Okay. That's a hare. Animal spirit. I was going to say, but I didn't. I was going to say on the Fool card, because I felt drawn to look at it again. I was going to say that dog there could be something with a spirit animal. When you take this spirit animal on your journey with you. And a lot of what Russell was talking about had to do with connecting with your spirit animal as well. That's why you should say things when they first come to you, Megan. Okay, and then we have fear versus love. So yeah, the light and the dark sort of duality thing here too. Maybe you're scared of love. Or I need to look at your deepest fear here. Divorce, separation. And that could be like within yourself, like I said. But, or that could have been what caused the 3 of Swords. They'll understand. We heard your prayers for help. What's hidden comes to light. And you did shine recently. Gossip, so that could be a factor here. Criticism, but then I put internal question mark. So maybe you criticize yourself too much. Just so you would remember to ask this question, because not all of it's going to be external here. But maybe you're, like I say, you're afraid to be who you are. Receiving a message. You're going to be receiving a message soon. You'll understand. And you'll be able to understand more about things. So not only will it says they'll understand, and then you'll understand. So you got both of those. Stagnation. Yeah, I was picking up on that. That's why you need to bring in that full energy. And then you need better boundaries. So that could be about the judgment and opinions of others. That could be people draining your energy. It could be a lot of things. So let's see. Messages from your higher self. Your plans will work out. So you had that Knight of Pentacles. That's progress. Yeah, stagnant. We have stagnant again. Stagnant. If you don't move, we'll move you. Yes. So your spirit team, the divine God, whatever your beliefs here, they're trying to push you to help you. Yeah, boundaries again. Make sure you have boundaries. I wonder if you have some sort of mediumship thing. If you have some sort of if you get bothered a lot, like in your sleep or anything with like spirits or something like that. Ego death, Kundalini / activation. So that has a lot to do with what I was talking about. Your inner divine feminine and masculine sort of coming together on earth, but also cosmically. Don't confuse their projection as reality. So maybe that gossip is, it's saying here, if that was the case here, then it's going to be, it's projection. What people say about you is what they think about themselves, usually. You're stronger than you think. Own your part, accountability. It may be time to walk away from a situation. So yeah, they're really trying to move you here. Children, there could be children involved somehow, or it could be like I say with the eggs, like birthing something here, metaphorically. Yes, there's divine timing, but sometimes we waste our time waiting on the perfect moment when there is no quote-unquote perfect moment. Ye of little faith. So they're calling you out on not having faith here. But then it says, why are you running? So what I think this is saying is you're not facing something. Because you're definitely not running because you're stagnant and you need to move. But what it's saying is you're not facing something. So it's again ties into that that I said about pulling that wound out. If you don't acknowledge it, it's not going to change anything. Does that make sense? You will see them again. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything like that. Really does help. It helps to circulate the channel. I really like doing these energy scan readings. So I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 2, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channel messages first. So the first thing I saw was Gaia. So you have a connection to Earth, or the Earth Mother. And then I heard tick-tock. So something with time here. I was channeling for your gifts. this could be some sort of personal message about time running out here. But since it's about gifts, it could be something to do with timelines or something with time here. And then I heard I'm noticing ... What I'm thinking is that maybe you're the type of person that could easily pick up on patterns, sort of like intuition. And then I saw text. So this could be something here with like being a scribe or any sort of art, whether it be music, painting, writing, all that is a divine gift. So it could be something like that. And then I saw fairies. So again, more of that earth energy. So you could have a connection with the fae or elementals in general here. And then I heard energy. So I think you are an energy worker. I think you have the ability to move energies. But also with the earth connection, I think you could be a natural at working with the elements or things like plants, like with herbal medicine, or if you were into like spells or something, I think you'd be a natural at that. Yeah, like I say, time, you could be a scribe. Because I heard a lot of things, because most of the piles, it was just things I saw. But for you, 3 of them were things I heard. So I thought maybe you could have clairaudience. Like I say, energy worker, nature, divine mother. So, as far as your energy scan goes, I didn't notice anything being overactive per se, but probably the most underactive, which this is only slight. This isn't saying that you have some sort of like blockage or imbalance or anything, but probably the weakest ones were your root, sacral, and heart. So you could have some blockages in those, or just a little bit slight weakness here maybe. That could affect, your stability or security, like feeling secure in the world or with yourself. And with sacral, that could either be with, sacral is a couple things here. It deals with creativity, like I say, art and things like that, but also like passion and sexuality. So maybe like one is blocked while the other isn't, if that makes sense. And heart, so you could have your heart really guarded right now. Okay. Okay, so this is your spiritual gifts that you're aware of. These are the ones you're not aware of. This is your blockage, and this is how you can unblock. I had to pull some clarifiers over here. Your overall energy the first time was the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it sort of goes along with possible blockage in the heart here, or like a disconnect from the spiritual emotional realm. But the potential is there. It's just, this is creating something you love. And your other one was Knight of Wands in reverse. So you're not going after your passions either. Or you're blocked from it. Okay, so the spiritual gifts you're aware of. This is interesting. Ten of Wands in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. This is knowing what to hold on to, knowing what to let go of, it looks like. You're probably very good at releasing things. You might not, because this is hoarder energy and this is the opposite. So I'm wondering if some of you, maybe some of you in the past have held on to a lot and you recently let it go. You've learned how to purge that. But some of you might be able, if this isn't talking about you specifically here, it could be talking about this is what you help people do. Because this is a guardedness here. So maybe you've guarded yourself. You know how to guard yourself or others from burdens here. Unnecessary burdens. Interesting. We had Gaia, and you have Pentacles, 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 which is Earth. So very earthy for sure. Gifts you're unaware of. Well, we have both of these. This is interesting. This is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So Taurian energy, Taurus, which would be Venus, which is love. Gaia is the divine mother of the earth, but Venus is the divine mother. Well, they're very similar though. They're not, neither one of them are high priestess energies. Well, I mean the Empress. The Empress is more like Gaia than, Gaia and Venus are a lot about earthly pleasures being divine in the earth. But like the High Priestess card, that's about divinity as in cosmic, which would be like Juno maybe, or so maybe there's either too much of being like being too much of the earth, or an inability to create on the earth, which seems like that might be what it is here. Both of these are, like I say, mothers. Both of them are independent, financially well off, grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is associated with earth magic. We mentioned that. But with them being in revert, maybe you don't see that, or it's just blocked. This is about nurturing. Maybe you don't see how you could create somehow, or be independent in the earthly realm. Maybe you can let go of a lot, but you struggle with manifesting something in the earth realm. Because I feel like if this Ace of Cups was upright, then these would be upright. Could there be some sort of lack mindset here? Something you tried to create that didn't? Or you let go of a lot because you fear, because you don't want to be like materialistic or something? Your blockage is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is definitely some sort of imbalance of give and take, which is echoed up here. So either you're giving too much to other people, or you're refusing to give. And this person is giving from a place of superiority, and it's in reverse. So again, for some of you, it's going to be you're afraid, like you have some sort of subconscious thing about how like money equals evil, and you don't want to, you have a fear of turning into that, maybe like some sort of like privileged person, you know, maybe that's something you don't want. And you're afraid of being successful because you're afraid, like I say, because you fear money is evil. Some of you just could have a lack mindset in general where you don't think that good things are going to happen, that you'll never have like earthly stability or money. Maybe some of you aren't seeing your value here. But if the heart's blocked, maybe very stingy, like stingy as far as your energy and your attention or your heart. For some of you, with this being in reverse. How to unblock it, we have the Two of Wands. This is travel, and it can be overseas travel here. It's like somebody has a divine spark of inspiration. Now they're trying to figure out, okay, where do I take that? Clarifying, we had the Seven. So maybe you have a lot of options here that's causing a lot of confusion. We have Justice in reverse. Moving on from injustices. Maybe you're just confused because you want to do the right thing. You don't want to take the wrong path. But you're meant to walk away here from what doesn't serve you, from anything negative in the past, like the Ten of Wands in reverse, letting that go. I wonder if you're holding on to a bunch of past life stuff that's prevented you from birthing something. Are you afraid to abandon something, or you feel like you're following your dreams would be an injustice? Is that what? To who? A divorce? Like a breaking a contract here? Walking away to find balance again? It's like a new start or a dream. Find balance. It's like you don't know what cup to take. I wonder if that's what it is, because we have Ace of Cups in reverse, and this person's trying to figure out what cup here. I didn't do this for the other piles, but I'm going to get you some oracle cards. Okay, the bottom of the deck. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. You also have Goose. Take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. Yeah, so maybe that's what it is now. He has that divine spark, but he's trying to figure out where to go next. Maybe it's just a timeout sort of period. This Hawaiian owl here. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. I wonder, like I said past lives. Maybe this is some sort of ancestral thing that's been carried down, that's an injustice here, some sort of contract and ancestral. Okay. We had art on the bottom of the deck. And then, let's see, rebirthing. That would make sense with that. Okay, so you could have a spiritual gift as far as sound frequencies or music. You're a natural manifester. See, that's kind of what I was getting here. It was like, as far as spiritual gifts you're unaware of, these are both very, very successful as far as like things in the 3D. And it was like, I don't think that you know that though. Yeah, we have medium, so you could be a spirit medium. Let's get into the mermaid box here. You did have TikTok. Maybe you feel restless, like you know you're supposed to rest, but you want to go forward. Mermaid box. Tra-la-la. Okay. The white ones are messages from your higher self. The others are just random things, could be predictions. Nesting. So yeah, about resting. Maybe you're not able to birth anything because you haven't allowed it time, because you haven't like had time to just rest and heal and like slowly go about things. Maybe you get too much in the wands energy, the fire energy, and just like I said, like sort of an impatience or something. But nesting, so that's about like the egg, getting everything, you know, together around the egg and protecting it and all that, like your home. Or okay. Unexpected gift. Can you see? So you could be getting an unexpected gift, or you have an unexpected gift. Passed on loved one is around you. So yeah, it kind of goes with medium and the ancestral thing. Fear. So you could be focusing on your fears right now, or fears about things manifesting. Divine timing. So there's that TikTok. We heard your prayers for help. Don't be too serious. Play, create. All right, was that Four of Pentacles? Was that what that was about? Being too guarded. You're a teacher. Drop your guard. Yeah, I guess so. Guess that answered my question there. I think you dropped everything else but your guard. Relationship imbalance. So that was that Six of Pentacles in reverse. That could be internal. That could be external. Okay, maybe external. Notice who values and supports you as you are. So look around you and notice who around you wants you to be you, wants you to be happy, wants you to be you as you are. And look for the people that are like, no, that's stupid, or you're embarrassing me, or, you know, things like that. Just look at who supports you for you, and look at who, when you try to be yourself, they're like, no. Just pay attention to things like that. Like, who wants the best for you and who just wants to control you, basically. Things like that. And that could be like, think about it. Do you accept yourself as you are? You know, do you value yourself enough in that way too? Make sure you have boundaries. Well, yeah, you definitely have some sort of guard. Maybe you just need to put it in another place here. Maybe it's in the wrong spot. Your ancestors are here. Well, we've gathered that much. We've gathered that much. It's real. So if you were wondering if something was real, like was that what I thought? Yeah. It's real. All this crazy stuff is real. Are you living for yourself? So yeah, sort of goes back to the other thing. Yeah, don't live a lie here. Who do you love? Make room to receive. So yeah, let go of the old, the things that don't serve you, and be in the energy of Venus, like we said, that was in reverse. Be in the energy of Venus, where the Empress, she, whether male or female, she's in the energy of receiving abundance. So, like I say, some of you might have issues with receiving. That might be where that Six of Pentacles was for some of you. You're not really good at receiving things from others. I was notorious for that for a long time. And then we have spirituality can't be understood through logic. True. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything like that. It really does help. It helps to support the channel and get it circulating a little bit more. I really like doing the energy scans, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 3, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channeled messages first. Okay. The first thing I saw for you was fake. I'm not calling you fake. That's just what I saw. So maybe you're some sort of shapeshifter or trickster sort of energy, like a chameleon or something. And then cast. So this one took me a while to understand, and I'm still not 100% sure I do. You could think of cast as in like actors, but when I wanted to look up the specific definition, and it has a lot to do with, think of like a blacksmith when they melt the metals and they form it into a certain shape. Much like when you break a leg, you put a cast on it. So it's like shaping something, molding something, which goes with fake, if it's like a replica. And then he's set, and I thought this could have been Isis, but I wasn't sure, so I Googled it, and yes, this is another word for Isis. Isis was a healer. When her husband was killed by their brother and dismembered, she retrieved all of his pieces, went to the underworld or something like that. Yeah, got the key. Did she get the keys to the underworld? But anyway, she brought him back, she healed him back to life. And he is the god of the underworld because he has been, dead and reborn. But she brought him back. So you could be a healer here. But this also could be something to do with you. Maybe you're more of the Osiris. Maybe you had a death and rebirth. Like a reanimation. And then I heard wands, which is going to be relating to fire energy. And then nest. With nest, I've been getting a lot of messages about eggs recently. So I thought it had something to do with nesting. But then I heard birds of the root. And I'm like, what in tarnation is birds of the root? Birds of the root. So the root goes down beneath the surface, right? Like in the ground, like the underworld. If you're a bird of the root, maybe it is sort of that phoenix energy. And phoenix comes from fire. This could be dragon energy. So like I say, shapeshifter, fire, phoenix, dragon. Very interesting. Also though, cast. I mean, Hear me out. There was a lot of activity going on in your sacral chakra, which always sort of reminds me of water and fire. And Iset, Isis, that's divine feminine, that would be water. And then Wands would be fire. And like if you melt down, like you have molten rock, it's a rock, but it's also liquid. Lava. It has the ability to shape shift. That's so weird. Like alchemy. But so I did a quick energy scan of your body here. The weakest one looked to be the third eye, but the crown seemed fine. So maybe you have sort of maybe your third eye's a little clouded. You've got some brain fog or something. Things aren't clear. Maybe headaches or something. And like I said, the root chakra was a little weak, but it still had activity, and I heard the word improving. So I don't know if you recently had a weak root chakra, which would have made you feel very insecure, or like you lost your foundations, like you didn't feel safe in the world, or you didn't feel secure in the world or something, like lower back pain. Maybe something like that happened recently, because I heard improving. So it's like you're nesting now? Is that what that is? Birds of the root, and then your root chakra was improving. And then your heart chakra was very active. I don't know if that means you're working on it right now or you have a lot built up in it. But like right underneath it, there was a small part that was not as active. And I tried looking that up, and I was trying to figure out what chakra is like right below. No, I know the solar plexus is, but it wasn't anything to do with that, I don't think. I think it was something separate. So maybe there's a part of your lower heart that's blocked, not connected to the solar plexus and like the lower chakras. But there's a lot going on in your sacral, a lot of different movements. So this can mean a couple things here. This could mean, because the sacral deals with art, creativity, but it also deals with passion and sexuality. So maybe one or the other is extra active. Or you're trying to heal and balance those. Maybe you're trying to create something here. Building your nest because you're about to birth something, metaphorically. So that's what I got for the channel. Okay. Overall energy is the 9 of Wands. But it's in reverse. Maybe this is usually going to be the wounded warrior here. Somebody who has persevered through a lot. It is in reverse, so maybe you're letting go of your guard or your past here. Hopefully this doesn't mean that you're exhausted or trying to give up. He's normally somebody who's on the last leg of the journey. So I already went, around the mountain and just a little bit like the final stretch when it's upright. Maybe you're avoiding that final part. Gifts that you're aware of. We have the 3 of Cups. What I got from this was blending in. which would go with shapeshifter. So this is normally about social gatherings and groups and celebration. I mean, maybe you're good at throwing parties, but I think that you're some sort of social butterfly, social chameleon, able to fit in with everybody, able to have connections with everyone. But is it surface level? Maybe not. This could be creating with people that you love, like-minded people, some sort of group. Gifts that you're unaware of. You're a badass. So you're unaware that you're the Emperor and the Five of Swords. So, the Five of Swords, this is somebody who wins at all cost. But they're also walking away from a fight as well. So maybe it's something to do with, maybe it's just standing up for yourself, stepping into your power. Maybe you try too hard to fit in. And it's saying you don't need to fit in. If you're born to stand out, I know that's kind of cliche, but don't dim to fit in, right? I mean, this is your life. So there's some sort of aspect you're not taking power in. Because I don't think you want to stir the pot. Maybe you have issues with the masculine energy. Maybe you don't feel comfortable in it. Because what's blocking you is the Eight of Swords. This is fears and anxieties, like mental traps. She's not surrounded by swords. She thinks she is. But if she took her blindfold off, she could see the way forward and realize she's not trapped. So there's some sort of fear or anxiety here. And like I say, it could be about stirring the pot. It's just fighting for yourself. Being an authority instead of like going along with the crowd, like I say, like being more of the leader type. Yeah, this person's tired of fighting. But you need to fight for yourself. How to unblock? It says that we've had the Queen of Swords and the Empress also came out. The Queen of Swords she is the queen in the tarot that is divorced. And she has this red cord around her, symbolizing the cords of karma that she cut. So basically, she is unbiased truth teller. She will tell you like it is. She knows where to cut ties. She knows where to detach. So you have the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You're tired, possibly, you feel trapped. I feel a lot of conformity, maybe. Energy, you're afraid to stand up. Break free of this mold here. Mold. This fake cast. Iset, that's Isis. That's the Empress. Wands. Nest. Birds of the root. Maybe some of you need to step out of and walk away from traditions here to cut that and to create something new. Because you did have activity in your sacral, but the lower heart had a blockage. Yeah, this is seeing clearly. There's some sort of clouded judgment. I think it's anxiety and fear related. Fear of judgment, maybe. Needs to be some self-empowerment. There needs to be a change. Are you afraid change will make conflict? No, that's what it is. Maybe you need to speak up about something. Mind over heart. Because your heart's overactive, but your third eye is underactive. But that will somehow maybe cut a cord from something negative or detrimental so you can create and come into abundance. For most of you, I think it's just you're afraid to break out from some sort of group and detach from it and be in your truth. But if you did, that would help you create. There could be something too about uniting your divine feminine and masculine energies internally. That could be like where the heart, the upper chakra, where the lower part was blocked. Maybe that's where the Empress and the Emperor, the divine feminine and masculine internally, maybe that's where there's a detachment. I will go to, on my channel page, there's a few YouTube channels I'm subscribed to. One of them is Rustling Around, and I found him very recently. And a lot of things that I've channeled for the past, well, since I woke up, I found that he had similar things, but he actually explained it to where, like, to me, it's a foreign language. I don't know what a lot of it is. I have to look it up. But it was like he was decoding it for me. So if you're interested, I would look into that. I will go to his channel. There's a lot to sift through, but if you're willing, he would be a good person to follow. So this is your gift right here. So the first thing I saw was plant connection, which was weird because I heard birds of the root. Herbs / medicine. So yeah, definitely something with herbs here. Transformation alchemy. Oh my gosh. That's what we said with the molten rock thing and shape-shifting phoenix. Huh. Then we have art. So yeah, that sort of goes with the threes here and the sacral. So now we're going to get some final messages. These are going to be messages from your higher self and possibly some predictions for you, because I never know when to stop. Okay. The white is messages from your higher self. The black is going to be the predictions and stuff. Okay. Blocked throat chakra. So is that the Eight of Swords? And the Queen of Swords, something about speaking your truth, being true to you, or speaking a truth. Shedding old, cutting cords. So more of that transformation energy, and the Queen of Swords, where we said she cuts karmic ties. Social media. So the Three of Cups, where I said it was about fitting in socially, it could have something to do with social media as well. Or this could be just a prediction here. We heard your prayers for help. Prophetic vision. You could get a prophetic vision, or recently have one. Promotion / raise. Yeah, maybe when you're like honest with yourself and who you are, the people that are meant to be around you will come to you. They'll find you. So we have music / art. So that's art again. Definitely a creator. False person. And we had, guys, you're not being true to yourself. divine detour. Body image, so that could be what some of it is. Pregnancy, so the Venus Empress energy, creating, but that could be literal. Second chance, like you're getting a do-over or something. Watching, keeping tabs, so that could be the social media thing. Or you're worried about people doing that to you or something. People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. Yeah, that's for damn sure. So anything, if you're worried about any sort of judgment, just remember, people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. And a lot of people have only met themselves in a shallow, surface level way. So that's going to be how they communicate. You will have a spiritual experience or encounter. Ooh, nice. Changes are afoot. So there's that 5 of Swords. Ego death / Kundalini / activation. So some sort of spiritual awakening here or ascension. It can happen to you. So if you're thinking that's like something good, oh, that'll never happen. It's failed so many times, it's just not in the cards. Well, it is, because I just read it. Okay, let's see. You've done enough. Rest. So that 9 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, maybe you have, this has been a long road, and there's just a time to, this is a time to rest and nest, and everything will be okay. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything like that. Really does help to circulate the channel. I like doing these type of energy scan readings, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless. Hey, for those of you who chose group 4, let's go ahead and dive in as mermaids do. We'll start with your channeled messages first. So the first thing I saw for you was Nemo, and then it changed to Memo. So Nemo, that name means no man or nobody. It's also omen backwards. And then Memo, that could be some sort of message, or maybe it has something to do with memory, like Akashic records or something, past lives or something. And then I got seas. So some people say the Akashic records are in the seas, the depths of the seas. So that sort of connects with that. But you could be very watery, like work well with the water element. You know how to go to the depths. And then text, so that could be something to do with any sort of gift of art, whether it be painting, music, writing. That's all a spiritual gift. So maybe you have the gift of writing, or maybe this has something to do with sacred texts or protecting like sacred knowledge or something. And then sayer, I literally don't think this is a word, but you could be some sort of like, have some sort of gift of communication or prophecy or something. And then seals. Okay, so I looked up the symbolism for seals. They are both elements of the water and the earth, so there's a lot to do with adaptability and balance with them. They also have to do with the conscious and the subconscious, which the seas, I guess, would be the subconscious. So you can easily access the subconscious. And seals remind you to go with the flow, and they fit in with all different types of people, different walks of life. They're known for creativity, being true to themselves, and having inner strength. So I also got heals, so you could be a healer. And then seers. Seers, of course, you think of like the Sears Tower or something, so that could be like a high perspective, but it also means to like, I think like burn something. And then I heard a song, I'll read that song in a second. I won't read all of it, just part of it, but it could be relevant. And then, so I did a scan of all your chakras in your body, and I'm not saying that there's an imbalance, because it was only really a slight decrease, but they all seemed pretty active. But the ones that were, I guess, the least active were solar plexus and root. So there could be something to do with solar plexus. You could have some acid reflux right now, indigestion, or it could, present as you just being afraid to step into your power. And root, that's going to be your security and your foundation. So maybe you're insecure a little bit, or maybe you're having some back pain issues, something like that. But I'll read that part of that song because it was weird, because it's 100% channeled, because I don't listen to that music. What's also weird is I've channeled the first name a couple times, so I thought that was a weird coincidence. So it is by Eric Clapton, and since I've gotten that name a couple times, I looked up the meaning, and it means forever ruler. So maybe that's significant to you somehow. So this song is like, I don't know, like 20 years old. I don't know. But it goes, if I can reach the stars, pull one down for you, shine it on my heart so you could see the truth, that this love I have inside is everything it seems, but for now I find it's only in my dreams, and I can change the world. I will be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love is really something. Baby, if I could change the world. And our love would rule in the kingdom we have made. So forever ruler, that's weird. Till the end I'd be a fool, wishing for the day. And then it goes on to the chorus again. Wishing for the day I could change the world, basically. So I was getting that you have access to the cosmic Akashic records and the earth Akashic records in the sea. And with the full reference, I was getting Aquarius energy, which is the star card. That's going to be an air sign. Maybe you've had to detach from somebody, for some of you. I mean, Eric Clapton, like, what? I channel all kinds of random pop, like 80s rock, and then Eric Clapton, like, I listen to rock music. I don't know what's happening sometimes. Did it try to come out again? The Emperor keeps showing up but not coming out. It's twice now. You have an emotional new beginning here. You have the Ace of Cups coming out of this negative energy here. Okay, so that's your overall energy, the Ace of Cups. This is really interesting. So the gifts that you have that you're aware of, we have the Five of Cups. This is somebody who is focusing on the negatives, but there are two cups behind them, and there is a bridge that leads to a castle. We did talk about rulers and kingdoms. There's something here with this bridge. Okay, so a few things here. If this is a spiritual gift and it's being literal about focusing on the negatives, maybe you are aware and can identify how negative emotions affect people and help them with that. But there's something extra here with this bridge. Maybe you're aware that there are these two cups and there's this bridge to this castle, but you haven't gotten there yet. So this has to do with change. Number 5. Okay, this reminds me of the last reading Paul 4 had. It was about the egret. It could help people move from, if they were between two worlds, like focusing on the negative versus crossing the bridge to the castle, helping people navigate those two things, navigating the transitions. Because the seal is also a water element, but also an earth element. So there's something about being able to cross over, like being a bridge between two different elements here, being able to adapt in certain ways or help others do that, helping them connect with their Two of Cups, their higher self. Like if they feel lost, showing them where they are the king/queen of their domain. There's something about a cloak of protection here too, though. Interesting. Gifts you're unaware of. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. That's weird. So this is victory and success. So for some of you, maybe some of you have suffered a loss and you don't see a victory. But it's showing that you have that gift. And this is also like recognition. Like this is like sort of an abandonment, isolated energy, but this is everybody's looking at you. So this is like fame. This is like the opposite. This is fame and recognition. It was in reverse. It was sort of like a mirror. It is balance. I don't know why it would be in reverse though. Unless it's like you have the spiritual ability to knock people off their high horse. But your blockages. So we have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Moon reversed. So your blockage, this could be internal fears, internal deception, or lack of clarity here. Coming out of that and regaining that spirit, that wands, that fire energy back in you. It's like a new beginning, a divine spark. So both wands were in reverse. So maybe you don't see the path. Are you afraid of the fire energy? Because you're used to the water? You think that if you went after your passions, it would be prideful? Or bring too much attention to you? Are you scared of being seen? How to unblock, we have the Star in reverse. Upright, I mentioned the star in the channeled, in the lyrics part, Aquarius star. This usually comes after a tower moment, but it's all about healing and hope, and oftentimes being in the spotlight. She's getting water and pouring it onto the earth, and the seal was of water and earth. I pulled a clarifier and have the Five of Wands, so there's some sort of conflict or competition. I don't know if this is internal or if this is like you fear of being seen because of, like you fear competition, or you don't want to cause conflict, or other people's conflict has A conflict has hurt your pride. So we said that your solar plexus was weak. So yeah, there is something to do with stepping into your power. And your root was a little weak. So that might have been because there was a recent tower moment that shook your foundations. Some sort of unexpected loss here. Let's see what these have. I didn't pull these for every pile, but I just need more clarity here. I'll take it. Is it telling you not to heal or not to get in the spotlight? And to fight or train here? Or, Well, that owl keeps coming out. So we have seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Okay, so this should have been upright. So this Hawaiian owl here, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. Rattlesnake, the experiences that you're presently going through are initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. Oh my gosh. Wait, heals. Maybe you've been hurt. Sears. Something that burned. Maybe a memory or a message that made you feel like no one. Honeybee. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So forgiveness. So this could have been something about facing the truth here. About someone or about yourself. I'll keep it. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have Wise One. And it says, grow within your current situation. We have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Yeah. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. So that, where this comes in here. And then you had High Priestess, harness mystic power. So yeah, a lot about different birds, but also cats. Definitely birds. So you are some sort of messenger, aren't you? I do get possible mediumship here too, though. People who have lost loved ones. Okay. We are going to get your cards about spiritual gifts, and then some messages for you from your higher self, and possible like predictions and things from the mermaid box. voice. A voice. A sayer. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. You're natural at manifesting. You're an energy worker and a healer. So that's like the third time we've got heal. So definitely your biggest thing here. Gatekeeper. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. So that's the bridge stuff I was talking about. And the Akashic records of the sea, which would be the Earth's Akashic records. And of the sky, that would be the cosmic Akashic records. You're sort of like the transition period between like two different worlds here. Like Earth and the cosmos. The bridge. The gatekeeper. Mermaid box time. All right. Now I want to be singing Eric Clapton randomly for the next week. Maybe you want to change the world. With that song. Okay, so predictions, possible predictions and clarifiers are here. Yes, those are signs. So if you were wondering if something was a sign, yeah, really was. Okay, so guilt wound / martyr. Okay, that could be one of the issues here. That could even be past life. But afraid to move on in victory because of guilt. Or afraid to follow your passions because of some sort of guilt. Root. Be secure in who you are. External deception. So you've been deceived by your environment in some way. Or maybe things don't look good on the outside, so that has prevented you from hope, from things changing, maybe. Or external union. Okay, so I don't really like love reading stuff, but if it's here, I have to say, we did get that stuff about the Two of Cups and the Kingdom. And then the channeled song was about a relationship. So some of you could be coming into some sort of external union with some sort of soulmate here. Or somebody that had left you before, maybe, that you were missing. Empath, caring too much. Blaze a new path. So yeah, pick up those wands, that fire energy. You're not using enough of that. Chance encounter. You're going to be having some sort of chance encounter. Watch your tongue. So maybe you have a temper or something. Or you tend to say the wrong things, put your foot in your mouth. Visionary / leader. So you got the trailblazer energy and the visionary energy. Across lifetimes. So this could, that external union could be with somebody that you've been with across lifetimes, or there could be some sort of ancestral pattern or past life karmic cycle that repeats throughout lifetimes. But here's messages from your higher self. Or you've had these gifts throughout lifetimes. Watching, keeping tabs. So maybe somebody's keeping tabs on you, or you're worried about that. Trust in divine timing. There was an element of you being in the spotlight for something. Possibly. You hold more value than that. So pay attention to how you value yourself. And what, you're worthy. your spirit animal is around you. I would say birds, some of you a cat, some of you a seal. Oh yeah, we did pull spirit animal cards. So if any of those animals you keep seeing a lot, then keep those in mind too. LOL, no, but seriously, the grass is greener over there. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't. What did you get before? Owl, seagull, snake, and honeybee or something? But guys, I don't think this has ever came out before. And I forgot about it. That is so funny. LOL, no, but seriously, the grass is greener over there. So the 5 of Cups, whatever you've been, like the 3 spilled cups. No, really, if you cross that bridge to that castle or turn around and look at those 2 of Cups, the grass really is going to be greener on the other side. So that's cute. People worry about like, oh, the grass is always, they say the grass is always greener. So they don't leave certain situations like, oh, I'm afraid to quit this job because the grass is greener over there. If I try this other job, it's probably going to be worse than this one because people always want what they can't have. Well, your higher self is telling you that's not the case here. You need to leave something. It can happen to you. So if you, like I say, you've been doubting that victory, you can have victory. It can happen to you. Don't confuse their projection as reality. So yeah, maybe people have been projecting their opinions on you or something like that, or telling you who you are, or judging you, or guilt tripping you or something. And it's like, that's their own projection. Children, they could be acting like children. Or children could be involved somehow, like, or an inner child or something here. You're in the flow. Yeah, you're in the flow. Just heal, go with the flow for now. Let things happen. Pay attention to your thoughts. So yeah, don't focus on the negative. Ye of little faith. Yeah, you're not having faith that you'll have victory here, but you will. Your higher self told you so. So I like that. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything like that. Really does help. It helps to support the channel and to circulate the channel. I like doing the energy scan readings, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time. Take care and God bless.